How to find positive cash flow rental properties. Hey gang, this is Mike with MrNoFluff.com, and in today's class we're going to be talking about how to find positive cash flow rental properties. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and get started. I want to let you know that this class is going to be broken down into three different segments, okay? The first segment I'm going to be talking about is what is positive cash flow and why is it so important in the rental business. Number two, I'm going to be talking about the two ways to get rental properties, okay? And the third is going to be a surprise, so make sure you stay to the very end, guys, okay? All right, so why do we need positive cash flow, okay? And what is cash flow and positive cash flow? So if you buy a rental property, okay, like this, um, unless you pay cash for it, you're probably going to have a mortgage. Okay, so you're going to have debt on it, or it's going to be free and clear. Okay, even if it's free and clear, you're still going to have certain types of liabilities like insurance and taxes. I'm going to put IT, okay, taxes. If you have debt on it, then what you're going to owe is what's called P, principal, interest, PI, sorry, PITI, okay? What stands for is principal, which you pay to the bank, your interest, which you pay to the bank, this is what you pay to Uncle Sam, and this is what you pay for your insurance, guys, to protect your property, to protect your asset, okay? Um, so these are what's called your liabilities, and they're going to have a set price on it. So in the rental business, when I'm buying property, I never buy. So that when I buy rental property, there's three ways to buy it. There's one where I get negative cash flow, right? Negative instead of positive, I'm getting negative. And what that means is that let's say I have debt on the property, or even if I own it free and clear, it doesn't matter. But in this example, I have debt, and let's say my debt on the property, PITI, which is principal, interest, tax, and insurance, when I pay the bank is $1,000. Okay, PITI. However, I have rented the house for $800 a month. Now, why would you think why did I rent it for 800? It could be many different reasons because, you know, I was very motivated. I didn't have the right type of education. I didn't have the monthly payments keep paying for it, and so I just wanted to put someone in there as soon as possible. You know, I got a high leverage property, which means like I got too much debt. I refinanced it. Now it's negative equity, cash flow, etc. Okay, so there's many reasons. Okay, I'm a first-time home buyer. I didn't know what I was doing, etc. Okay, I moved out. I became motivated. I got married. I lost my job or whatever. Okay, so let me reason. So in this case, the monthly cash flow is that owner has to not only pay the bank, okay, but they also have to dish out $200 negative out of their own pocket. Okay, so those are the two things, the two side effects of it. That's what happens when you have negative equity, guys. Okay, and in the rental business. Now the other thing that could happen is it could be zero. Nothing happens. Like I break even. Okay, all right, so I break even. And what that means is that my monthly PITI is still 1,000, and I rent it out for 1,000. Now, it, you may think that you're breaking even, okay? But in reality, you're not breaking even. Now you're breaking in the negative still, okay? Because in this equation, and all these equations, we have to think about vacancy. We have to think about if the AC breaks, if something breaks, we have to come up with money for it, etc. So even if the cash flow and the monthly thing is even, you're still in a negative. Okay, 90%, 99% of the times you're going to be in a negative because there's something that's going to go wrong. Okay. Anyways, something can go wrong. The renter may leave, then you have to pay realtors, marketing to get the property back on the market, rehabbing it, etc. To fixing it up nice, painting it costs money, so you'll be coming out negative. Okay, so I never buy property that's has zero cash flow or has negative cash flow. I don't even deal with properties like that. I only deal with properties that have positive cash flow. Okay, and positive cash flow is $1,000 a month. Okay, my PITI. Let's say I had a loan on it again, and I'm renting it out for 1,300. Okay, and at the end of the day, I'm getting $300 in my pocket. Okay, now this 300 in my pocket is not 100% profit because now I have to consider vacancy and repair, etc. And if I'm not managing property management. Okay, but this situation is the only way I will do properties is if I'm positive cash flowing. And in today's episode, I'm not getting into how much is your positive cash flow, etc. I'm just giving you an example because on this one, I'm getting 300 extra a month. On this one, I'm breaking even. But at the end of the day, when I include this fee, this fee, this fee, I'm going negative. And on here, I'm already negative $200, and then I have to include this fee, and this fee. So I am probably all the way up to like $400 to $500 negative equity a month. So I got to put out of my pocket. Some of this $200 to $500, you don't have to come up every month, but only when things break down. Okay, but you're still reliable for it. So now that was the cash flow aspect. Now what I want to do is now talk about the two ways to get positive cash flow rental properties. So if you want to get positive rental houses, there's two ways to do it. There's the what I call the cubicle, and the cubicle way is I'm going to illustrate it, and then there's also what I call the Mr. No Fluff way. Okay. Now I'm going to explain how they both work. Okay. The cubicle way, the way it works is like this. All right. This is you. You go and talk to a bank. They give you a little piece of paper. Okay. Then from there, when they give the piece of paper, you're going to go talk to a real estate agent. Okay. And then from this real estate agent, what's going to happen is that you guys are now going to looking in this one master database called the MLS. Now, all the websites like Yahoo, Realtor.com, all the real estate companies, etc., Google, all that stuff are using this one master database called the MLS. Okay, and every city and every state has their own thing. Okay, so the now the problems start happening, in my opinion, the cubicle way, what I call cubicle traditional way, is that first you're going this way, you're going to the bank, you're getting in debt, you're putting in your social security, you're signing a personally guaranteed note. You're also pledging the collateral. Okay, then you go on the traditional, hiring a real estate agent. Okay, paying thousands of dollars there. But I'm not dissing that part of it because they got to make it living. But the part that I don't like is now you're going to be looking with your eyes, right, in this MLS. But there's hundreds of people. They're also looking on here. There's hundreds of other people and they're also looking on here. And in these people, you have two types of people. You have what's called retail buyers. These retail buyers, this is their dream home. They're willing to pay big bucks, dude. And then you have what's called what I call, I don't want to say rookie investors, but um, they're professional. They make money. They have good credit or they have lumps of money. Some of them are doing excellently great, but they don't have a lot of skills in creativity, imagination, and marketing and negotiation in the sense that they only know how to negotiate the traditional way with agents and stuff like that. Okay, they don't know how to do owner financing, how to not to use your own credit, not how to use their own money. So they do the traditional way. So in all these buyers that are looking at the MLS, right, with their eyes, majority of them are retail buyers who are going to pay top dollars, right? Top dollars. And that's very bad if you want to buy at a discount because you're competing with those people that are willing to pay full price. Some of them have, stupid realtors that are even telling them, hey, man, the market is really hot. There's a lot of buyers. Why don't you even bid over the asking price, which I seen realtors. I don't want to say I know them. I don't know them, but they know me. Uh, but I think it's pretty crazy. But anyways, this is I don't want to get off the subject, guys. The other buyers are what I call investors, and these are the old school investors. Okay, because they don't have to learn a whole lot of skills. It doesn't take a brilliant giant genius to look at this database. All this stuff is there. Everyone can look at it. Even if you don't have a realtor, you get on the realtor.com or MLS and look at it. So, think about all the eyeballs on there, okay? So once they, find a house on there, they may now go and look at, I don't know, anywhere from like 4 to maybe 10 houses, okay, with their realtor or agent, okay? And then what's going to happen is they'll go ahead and give an offer and negotiate it somewhat, and then go, to closing, right? And then at the closing, the bank's gonna again have them sign two important things: DOT, deed of trust, which the borrower, in this case the investor, has to pledge the house as collateral in case he defaults, which is okay. That sounds pretty fair. But at the same time, then that investor has to sign and put their credit up. I'm sorry, it's not money signed, but their credit. Put their credit up and sign a promissory note that says, hey, not only can you take this house, but you also come after me personally. The investor tells the bank, and you can ruin me personally, etc. Okay. Once all that is done, there's paperwork signed, and then that investor will now get the keys. All right. Yeah, and I'm trying to shorten this because I don't want to make this video too long. Okay, so the normal way of doing it, the cubicle way, the traditional way is again, you go to the bank, they give you approval letter, agent, look at the MLS, go look at 4 to 10 houses, put an offer in, go to closing, sign your life with the bankers, and then you get the key, guys. Okay, you get the key, and then you turn into hopefully a positive rental property. From there, then the investor will go ahead and hire another agent or put it or market it themselves. Okay, and then put that house with a family or with an individual that wants to rent it. Okay, and they're gonna get again. Let's say their mortgage was $1,000. That's called PITI, and they're gonna rent it out. Assuming they were smart, they're following the Mr. No Fluff blog. They realize that they can't rent it out for negative. They can't even rent it out for breaking even. They got to get more, and they're renting it out for 1,300. So they're getting a positive cash flow of $300 a month. Okay, month, which is times 12. You can see is a good chunk of money. For okay, even if they went the traditional way. Okay, there's nothing wrong with going with the traditional ways, guys. It's the most easiest way to do it, but there's a lot of liabilities with it. I'm not an attorney, I'm not a CPA, I'm not giving advice, but for me, it's a lot of liabilities with it, and I don't like it that way. Okay, now let's look at how the Mr. Investor way is. Okay, why is the Mr. Investor way is the best way for me? Okay, now the way this one starts is that this is me, all right, and I want to buy a house. I don't want to go to a bank. I don't want to use my credit. I don't want to my money. I don't want to put it maybe a big down payment down. I don't maybe want to just give the seller $1,000, $2,000, $500, or even nothing, and just be able to buy their house and get the monthly cash flow. Okay, so how can I do that? How can I do that when all these other people are looking on the MLS and they're all bidding each other and they're all fishing at the same pond? Why don't they go to where I'm trying to go? Okay, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But if you want, I could talk about it right now. Why wouldn't they go this way? Because it's a lot of work, guys. No fluff. You got to learn a lot of new skills. You got to learn sales. You got to learn marketing. You got to learn filtering. You got to learn systems. It's not like, hey, you go to a real estate agent and they have all the systems and you go with them. And again, there's a lot of benefits going with the real estate agent, but the benefit is not to buy it at a discount. Be prepared to pay retail price. You can't go to Macy's inspected to buy factory price in the China where Macy's get their stuff printed at or developed at. Okay, you can't do that. If you want that price, you got to go to China. You got to set up the accounts. You got to do the minimums to get a dollar where it church where they selling it for 100. Okay. So, anyways, the way I do it is the way of the factory, where I go to China and I meet with the factory dealer direct and I work something out. So the Mr. Fluff way is what I call the direct way, because this is me and I work directly with the homeowner. Okay. I work directly with the homeowner. Now, what I do is now the next question is, well, Mike, how do you find out the homeowner? Well, what I do is I do what's called marketing. Right? I market to, you know, what I like call is a pond. Now, there's three levels of marketing. You got the ocean, you got the lake, and then you got the pond. Okay, the ocean is like very vast. It's kind of like the shotgun, and the pond is kind of like the sniper rifle where you're zooming in. Okay, so I like to market to a pond of motivated sellers, what I call motivated sellers. Okay, now what are motivated sellers, guys? This is very, very important because I'm not trying to buy or market to homeowners that are looking to go the traditional way, the cubicle way. I'm not looking for that. Okay. Again, this is the very important. I'm not looking to market to homeowners that are trying to sell with the realtor. I'm not looking to market and spend my money, my energy, my efforts talking to sellers, filtering to homeowners that want to get full price. Okay. Now, why do I not want to talk to them? Because it's wasting my time, wasting my energy, wasting my money. I am like the pawn shop of real estate. And what I do is I only deal with what's called motivated sellers. All right. And motivated sellers are in two categories, guys. Okay. One is called emotional motivation, and the other one's called financial motivation. Right. Emotional motivation might be, hey, I got divorced. Hey, my husband died. Hey, I got a death in my family. Okay. And financial motivation can be, hey, I lost my job. I'm behind my payments. I got fired. My job closed down, etc. All right. So there's two types of motivation. Now, I like to buy houses from emotional motivated sellers because I can make a lot more money because a lot of them have a lot of equity, or the ones that I market to, I should say, that have equity, high equity, and they don't want to deal with the property anymore or with the problem anymore. Okay, maybe their parents died and they didn't want to deal with it. They live in a different state. Okay, so coming back to the story, I market to motivated sellers. All right, and what I do is that when I market to motivated sellers, I market to a bunch of them. I don't know who's going to call me, right? And then I wait for them to call me or go to my website. So once they call or go to my website, my URL, or go to Facebook or Instagram or however they want to reach out to me. Okay, then what I do is I use a filtering system. Now, the filtering system that I personally just created, because it works so good, I need it for my own business and my students, is called my Ninja phone script, which you can find at mrnofluff.com. So again, the Ninja phone script. So the phone script is a filtering system that I use to filter out these sellers, they call me, to find only the cream, okay, what I call the motivated sellers. And I only want to talk to the motivated sellers. Once I talk to them, okay, then I do some of this stuff over here, which is I give them offers and so on, and then I go to closing. I'm just trying to summarize it up for you guys, and then I get the key. Okay, I'm just shortening this path up for you, but the closing process is exactly the same. Doesn't matter if you use the Mr. No Fluff way or if you use the cubicle the traditional way. Okay, but what I do is I work with homeowners direct. I market directly to homeowners. Oops, I market directly to homeowners, guys. All right, and I want to find out one seller, and he's gonna call me, and maybe a couple of them will call me, and I filter them, and then I start giving offers, and once they accept it, we go to closing. Now, the offers that I'm giving with these sellers is totally different than if I was going the traditional way, the cubicle way, where I'm talking to realtors, where I'm talking to banks, where they're all professional. I'm talking just to homeowners direct, just like I talk to my friends. It's not a lot of stress on me. It's not a lot of stress on the sellers. We're all like the same level. And, I'm giving them different options that they couldn't get before. For example, if the seller has, let's say I market to a seller that was going in a divorce, and the seller, both of them decide to sell their home. They hire a realtor, they put it on the market, they get an offer, they accept it, they do inspection, they found there's foundation problem. Now the seller doesn't have that much room or cannot fix the property, room like in like equity, or fix the property. Then in this case, that buyer is not going to be able to buy the property because it's not going to pass inspection, and lenders won't lend to properties that need repairs or to properties that don't pass inspection, especially the major components of the home. Now, if the screen's broken on the window, that's a different story. But depends on what kind of repair it is. But if it's a foundation, major plumbing, etc., then the bank's not going to fund it, and so the retail buyers can't buy it. So in the story of the divorced couple, hire a realtor, list it, get an offer, accept, goes to inspection, fails inspection. Now they can't sell their home anymore, okay, to the retail buyer. Now that seller or what's called motivated, and then I market to them. They call me up and I say, hey, I can buy your house with the foundation the way it is. I don't need to you to fix it because I'm an investor. I know what I'm going to do with it. Maybe I got my own foundation, guys. Maybe it's not a big foundation problem. It's small, and I can continue renting the property out without harming anyone. So, minor because inspectors are real picky. I don't know if you guys ever deal with inspectors, even on new homes. So, anyways, now I'm able to offer the seller solutions that the seller wasn't able to get before with the cubicle way, because the cubicle, you got to fit the cubicle. You're not going to get in, dude. The square, you're not going to get in. Okay. If you're a triangle, if you're a circle, if you're, just air, whatever, you're not going to be able to get into that, that's cubicle way. However, when the divorced couple talks to me, I could offer them different options from me, like renting their home for a term, where I get to control the property without ownership. I can do, wrap around mortgage. I can do subject to. I could do lease options. I can do a variety of different things. I can wholesale it. If I want to fix and flip it, I can do short sell it. Depends what the situation is, and I can work directly with the seller. I eliminate the banks. I eliminate the agent, and it doesn't matter if the homeowner has a mortgage on the property or if they own it free and clear. I'm still able to work with them direct. Okay, and that's the Mr. Fluff way. Now, the Mr. Fluff way is very profitable. Okay, but at the same time, it's more of hard work. It's like two ways. You can go and get liposuction, right? Or you can go and get plastic surgery, or you can go into the gym and do it. Okay. Now, one, you look good, but the banks own you, but you're fake. And the other one is, you're working hard, you're gathering skills, you're building up calluses, you're learning how to talk to people, how to build rapport, how to filter, how to give offers, how to be a problem solver, because not every seller is exactly the same. Every seller you deal with have a different situation. They might have the same category, like divorce, but every divorce will be different. Someone will have child support, someone will have hospital bills, someone will do this, someone will hate each other, someone will love each other, someone will still working together. So you have to learn how to solve problems, and which is pretty hard to do. Okay, that's why this whole industry is there, because solving problems is very complex. However, you're in total control. You don't have to pay all the junk fees. You don't have to pay all the realtor fees. You don't have to pay all this closing costs. You can buy houses with no money. Again, you can buy houses with no money. You can have the seller finance, or you could buy houses with very little money. You can buy houses without using your credit. You can buy houses by having the seller finance you. You can come up with many different options of how to finance you, from a short term to medium term to long term. Or hey, let me buy your house, let me fix it up, and I know how to fix it up, or I got the crew, or I got the money, you don't, and then I'll fix it up, and then we'll sell it for a higher price, and then at that time I'll pay you, or at that time we'll split the profits. There's so many different ways to structure it, guys. It will take me days and days and days and days, and I have a lot of this stuff on my free blog, on my free podcast on Apple, iTunes, at mrnofluff.com, which is mrnofluff.com. Okay. So, anyways, guys, that is a two ways to get positive cash flow, and we also talk about the importance of getting positive cash flow. Okay. The last thing, which is the most important thing, is, guys, this is just the surface of what I just taught you guys. Okay, and I really want to help you guys reach your goals, be your dreams. This is why I was born. And what I've done is I've created this the Abundance Club. Okay, the Abundance Club, where we're family. You come in, we're a community, and I want to truly help you succeed. Not like any other place where I sell you $1,000 coaching. I charge $25,000, or if sell you on alchemy funnels, or any of my VA books. It's nothing like that. Okay, this thing is a community. Is called a club, the Abundance Club, and my sole purpose is to allow you to be your success and invest in yourself for very, 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 very low amount of money, guys. Okay, very, very low. And what I'm wanting to do is to help you become successful, okay, and get you on my YouTube channel because that's what I want. I mean, the more I help people, the more happier I become and the more blessed I become. Okay, bliss, not bliss like someone's giving me stuff, but internal bliss. Okay, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna feel so much vibrations of bliss in myself that that abundance is all around me. Okay, and I love it, dude. Okay, so if you're interested in how to do the Mr. No Fluff way, how to buy houses without any money, without any credit, how to get positive cash flow, rental properties, how to cold call, how to negotiate, what kind of paperwork should you use, uh, um, advice on marketing, how to generate leads, how to do cold calling, any follow emails, everything, guys. Then you want to get into my Abundance Club, just go to my website at mrnofluff.com, check it out. It's a very, very low price, and the reason is I want to help you guys have a bunch of success because I know in my heart that if I could help 100 and then 100,000 and then 100 million people, that the world will be a way better place, and we don't have to be enslaved to banks and be indebted and work all the time, not spend time with our kids. So this is a movement, and the movement is that I really, really, really want to make sure that guys that you're able to be your sole purpose on earth instead of being a paycheck, being a cubicle worker, being a traffic worker, and and I'm willing to just give it everything I got to you guys for free, almost for free. In the Abundance Clubs, I'm giving everything that I can sell for thousands of dollars, just giving it to you. Okay, everything you can imagine: how to do wraps, how to do wraparound mortgages, subject twos, lease options, how to give offers. I even have a bunch of my courses that I used to sell. I took it off the website, and I'm just going to include it in these because I want you to be successful. Now, if you're not gonna want to get on YouTube or get on my channel and talk about your success, and definitely don't get in because, again, I'm giving away thousands of dollars, if not more, of trade secrets that I incurred over 21 years um, as an entrepreneur. Never had a job, never borrowed money from a credit card, a bank, or anything. I have multiple businesses, 14, 15 years running them successfully. Uh, and I'm gonna do the same thing and put it into you guys, okay? And there's a lot of different stuff that we do. We'll meet once a month. There's gonna be a forum, a Facebook group. So my only purpose in this is to uh, basically give you almost this stuff for free and help you be your dreams. If that's to spend more time with your kids, if that's to pay for college, if that's to quit your job, if that's for you and your wife to work together in harmony and spend more time with each other, whatever that is, I'm here for you. I was born for this shit, and I just realized that this is my only purpose in life, and I'm putting it all on the line for you guys because if you don't succeed, I don't succeed, guys. So to summarize it up, there's two ways to get, positive cash flow rental properties. And the first way is the cubicle way, the traditional way, and the second way is the Mr. No Fluff way.